sorry, but I really prefer to just be at home. How do you feel about that? I just, I feel like there's so much pressure from just societal norms for us to stay busy all the time, that everyone's so worried about keeping up with the next person or doing the next thing, that do we ever really just stop and enjoy where we are right now? And I feel like we're I don't know, we're expected to just be productive all the time. I think that's just the underlying message. Nobody's saying that specifically, but that's just the underlying feeling that I get. And I don't know. I can be out around people and be in the world, and that's okay, but I don't like it. I hardly ever really like it. I might like it for a short time, maybe a couple hours. I can handle that. But after that, then it's just like, I can't take this anymore. I get overstimulated, and it's not just that, it's just that I don't need this shit. I would rather sit here and ponder life, or share my ponderings with you, because nobody I know really wants to talk about this stuff. Nobody cares. And maybe you don't either. But I just need to talk about it. But I just feel like I know I'm not alone. I know there are other people out there somewhere who would rather be at home. It's just more comfortable. I just like it. I don't need to be around a bunch of people. I love my friends and I like people. Well, some people, a few people, sometimes. I'm kind of kidding. I do like my friends. I like to be around people that I know and do stuff for short periods of time. But if I have my choice, I'll stay home. If it's like today, right now, there's an opportunity to go to karaoke. It probably started, I don't know, I can't read my clock right now. It's probably just started. And I thought, I don't want to go. And I just don't want to go. I don't know. I don't know if it's the world we're living in. I'm sure that attributes to this a little bit. But I don't know. I would just rather stay home. I have lots of things I can do here. I can paint, I can draw, I can color, I can play music, I can play the radio, you know what I mean? Listen to me at Spotify. I can do absolutely nothing. I can cook, I can bake, I can play with my pets. There's all kinds of things. I have lots of things to do here. I can read, which I've been doing and I'm really, really enjoying. So, there's lots of things to do. Why would I want to interrupt that one and go be around a bunch of people that most of whom I don't even know or really ever care to know? The ones that I know, yeah, I'll see them. We see each other. But anyway, how do you feel about just hanging out, being by yourself? I love it. And I've been a loner my whole life, so this isn't unfamiliar to me. I'm just curious what you think. If you prefer to be alone, or do you need to have a lot of noise around you? I worked retail for 7 years, and it was a noisy environment. And I'd be there from 7 to 5 or 11 to 10, or 10-hour shifts, listening to phones ringing, overhead pages, people talking, cash registers dinging, just noise, just constant noise. And then the overhead music that's on a loop. And it just really made me appreciate quiet. So I love my quiet. I can sit in my home and I rarely play music anymore. Unless it's instrumental, unless I'm actually listening to music for the sake of listening to music, it has to be instrumental if I have music on at all, because it interrupts my thoughts because I'll start singing along with the songs, and I don't want to do that sometimes. So when I do want to do that, then it's great. So that's another thing I can do. So anyway, yeah, after a noisy section of life, plus having kids, you can't listen to music when you have little kids around. They're just my late husband played his music. I listened to his because I couldn't hear mine even if I wanted to. So I kind of got out of the habit of listening to music. And then I live in a small town. When I listened to the most music was when I lived in Portland, Oregon, years ago, and had to drive. It would take me a half hour to 45 minutes just to get to work or home, either way. And that's when I would listen to my music. I could listen to a whole cassette one side and then listen to the other side on the way home. It was great. That's where I really probably listened to music more than anything, was in my car. Because if there are people around, then they're talking at you and it's like, I want to hear the song. It's weird. It's like I just zone in on it, and I can't take all the distraction, that's just me. And so now I live in a small town. It takes me maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 to get anywhere, and not really enough time to listen to any one song even. And if I just turn the radio on, they talk half the time, or it's time for the news, and it's just, so I don't. Anyway, that's just an aside. Yeah, do you like to be alone? Let me know. Please leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. I'd like to start a dialogue. Let's talk about it. Let me know what you think and what else you might want to listen to. All right. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.